wanted to go ahead and update the betting market for the Conn Smythe Trophy. Of course, the Conn Smythe Trophy is given out to the playoff MVP in the Stanley Cup playoffs. And right now, over at BetMGM, the favorite to win the Conn Smythe is Connor McDavid at plus 750. Mikko Rantanen now 11-1 after his hat trick performance Saturday night over the Colorado Avalanche. Leon Draisaitl 13-1. You have a couple of goalies: Jake Ottinger, Sergei Bobrovsky at 14-1. Sebastian Aho is at 15-1. Jack Eichel of the Vegas Golden Knights is at 16-1. Alex Ovechkin and Sasha Barkov 18-1. Matthew Tkachuk 20-1. Connor Hellebuck 22-1. And then a group of guys: Austin Matthews, Mitch Marner, Kyle Connor, and Frederick Anderson at 25-1. So first of all, when I look at this betting market, you have to factor your opinion into this somehow. There's only way you're going to get through this thing, because the Conn Smythe is going to a player on a Stanley Cup winning team. It could also go to a player on the Stanley Cup losing team. We saw that last year with Connor McDavid winning the Conn Smythe, even though the Florida Panthers won the Stanley Cup over the Edmonton Oilers. So just keep that in mind. It doesn't have to go to the winning player, but you have to do something otherworldly to win it on the losing team, as Connor McDavid did that last year. But you have to factor your opinion into this thing. It's a team that has to make the Stanley Cup final. Like, that's for sure. Like, you ain't losing the Western Conference Finals or Eastern Conference Finals and winning the Conn Smythe. That's just not going to happen. So, in my opinion, I think we have a flawed favorite just based off the fact that I don't believe in the Edmonton Oilers. Like, now, maybe that's my blind spot. I liked LA in the last series. We saw how that went. But I don't believe in Edmonton. I think Vegas is going to beat the Edmonton Oilers this series. Like, that's a very, very fun betting market, pretty much at a pick-em price. Golden Knights have the home ice, game one coming up Tuesday night. But I don't see Edmonton advancing. So, like, Connor McDavid plus 750, I think within a couple weeks we'll have a new favorite, because Connor McDavid is no longer going to be playing in the Stanley Cup playoffs. And a few teams that kind of stand out to me when I look at this market. The first one, you have to look at the Florida Panthers, because they're the defending Cup champions. And why they remain interesting to me is that, like, the production is so level for Florida. Like, they don't have one guy that kind of stands above the rest. Like, when you think of the Edmonton Oilers, you think of McDavid. Like, when you think of some of these other teams, like the Hurricanes, like, you probably think of like Sebastian Aho or whatever. Like, you think of the Dallas Stars right now, you're thinking of Mikko Rantanen and what he's been doing. He has a 5-point lead from the rest of the guys on that team. But the Florida Panthers, I mean, they have like 5 guys that are all within like 1 point of each other so far during this playoffs. And like, that's kind of how things played out last year. And it's almost one of the reasons why McDavid won the award, was because, like, Florida, you couldn't really like pick. It's like, is it Tkachuk? Is it Bobrovsky? Is it Barkov? Is it Reinhart? Who is it? Like, you couldn't really choose anybody. So, like, okay, well, let's just give it to the legendary player McDavid, because he was awesome. And that's how McDavid wins. Florida, like, right now, like, Tkachuk or Bobrovsky would be the guys that I would be looking at. Now, Bobrovsky's the shortest guy of the Panthers, so I'd probably just lay off of that. But if you really are invested or really believe that the Florida Panthers are going to repeat as Stanley Cup champions, Tkachuk at 20-1, I think that's a good way to invest in Florida, because he's, again, think about the narrative. Like, Tkachuk was injured, hadn't played since the Four Nations face-off, came back, boom, scored 2 goals in game 1 against Tampa. If he continues to do what he does and is like near the top 3 of those points leaders for the Florida Panthers, I think Tkachuk could win the Conn Smythe, because he's seen as a great player. And I think the story of him coming back to help Florida repeat, I think that story writes itself. So Florida, for me, it would be Matthew Tkachuk at 20-1. Vegas, also very interesting, because similar to the Florida Panthers, nobody really stands above the rest. Now, in terms of reputation, Jack Eichel is definitely seen as like the best skater on the Vegas Golden Knights. But when you look at the actual production so far through one series, they're all very compressed together, similar to Florida, to where, like, right now, I'd be looking to take shots on some guys. Now, the betting market is always going to be kind of biased towards Eichel, because he is seen as the better player. And over the course of multiple series, you would think that he would kind of stand above the rest. But how about Tomas Hertl or Mark Stone? Mark Stone is like kind of the face of the Vegas Golden Knights, in essence. Like, he's kind of been one of the guys that's been a mainstay ever since they became an organization. He's at 40-1. I would actually look to, like, kind of take on Jack Eichel and bet some, like, both Hertl and Stone for the Vegas Golden Knights, because guess what? Like, I think Vegas is going to beat Edmonton. These prices will shorten if they beat Edmonton. That's why they're kind of longer, because the betting market thinks, oh, well, Edmonton's probably going to win because they have McDavid and Draisaitl. Like, we should make the Vegas guys a little bit longer because we don't believe. Guess what? I believe. I believe in VGK. So I'm going to be betting both Tomas Hertl 33-1 and Mark Stone at 40-1 to win the Conn Smythe. The Winnipeg Jets, they stand out to me as well, just because the guy that has the shortest price for the Winnipeg Jets is Connor Hellebuck. in case you've been living under a rock, Connor Hellebuyck has been pulled from 3 games so far in this playoffs. Like, he is an unbelievable goalie, but just given how he's talked about and the narrative that is already building, like, Connor Hellebuyck, he ain't winning no damn Conn Smythe. I'm sorry. Like, I don't think it's going to happen. Like, he is playing well below his standard. And like I just said, he was pulled from 3 games from the series that they just won. And during Game 7, especially in the first period, the broadcast is talking about how Hellebuyck doesn't look focused. He doesn't look sharp. Like, that's not the narrative for a goalie to win Conn Smythe. He's about 22-1. Kyle Connor, 25-1. Like, he should be the shortest price of the Winnipeg Jets. Like, and 25-1. I think if you like Winnipeg, now I'm not in the Winnipeg camp because I think Dallas is going to beat them. But like, I think if you like Winnipeg, you should be betting Kyle Connor at 25-1. He has 12 points already. He was the leading point getter for this team during the regular season. Like, I think the narrative around him will carry weight more than Connor Hellebuyck, who like has now gotten the reputation of being big-time regular season player, but a playoff choker, if you will. Like, playoff choker does not scream Conn Smythe Trophy winner. I don't care how good his reputation is. The guy might win the Hart Trophy. He might be the league MVP, but I don't think he's winning playoff MVP, not after being pulled in 3 games, in 7 games so far. So I do not like Hellebuyck in this market at price. Now, if he drifts out to like 50, 60, 70-1, all right, we can have a Connor Hellebuyck conversation. But at 22-1, I'm not betting Connor Hellebuyck to win the Conn Smythe. It would be Kyle Connor or pass for me with Winnipeg. But the 2 that I really like are the 2 Vegas guys, Tomas Hertl and Mark Stone. And finally, before we get to tonight's marquee games, last point I'll make here on the Conn Smythe. I'm sure we'll talk about it all throughout this round as well as the rest of the playoffs. Currently, now this can change in a few days, but I would look to avoid betting Dallas Stars players right now. Like, Dallas Stars, the time to bet the Stars guys like Rantanen or Jake Ottinger, that was prior to Game 7. Like, because the market had Colorado as the favorite in Game 7, so all the Stars guys were like massive prices. Like, Ottinger was like 80-1, Rantanen was like 70-1. These dudes were massive prices, but because they won those games, all that 80 and 70-1, boom, 14-1. 15-1. Like, that's how quickly things can change. So, like, you're buying at the top of the market on the Dallas guys. I would hang back. Like, Winnipeg could take a 1-0 series lead, and if that happens, like, not like it's going to go back to 80 or 70-1, but maybe you get like 20-1 or 25-1 or something like that. Or maybe Winnipeg protects home ice and has a 2-0 lead going back to Dallas for Game 3. Then you can get some of the Dallas Stars guys. So I would wait to see how this series plays out, the order of operation between the Stars and the Jets. I think Dallas will win the series, but they don't have to win Game 1. And if they lose Game 1, you'll get a better price than what's currently available after the high of them beating the Colorado Avalanche this past Saturday night. So that is the Conn Smythe Trophy market, which of course we will talk about the rest of the way here in the Stanley Cup playoffs.